Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Interesting piece of news here. We got North Korea back in business, and North Korea is doing the exact thing what United States does to Ukraine, which is supplies weapons. But supplies weapons to the country that is not supposed to receive any weapons. Why? Because they're bad. But they're both bad. So that means should be allowed. So let me show you this little article here coming from the Kiev Independent. It's from today, October 6th, 2023. CBS reports, right? North Korea supplying Russia with weaponry. Elisa Court, my God, she says that. Oh, here is the woodchuck paying attention. North Korea has started to deliver artillery to Russia for its war in Ukraine, CBS News reported on October 5, citing a U.S. official. The deliveries, and we believe them, the deliveries appear, and I'm quoting, to be the culmination of the meeting between North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un and the Russian dictator Vladimir Putin in Russia in September, CBS said. Well, they can't be as good as we are, man. I mean, we and the Canadians and the French and the Brits won't have democracy, man. I mean, look at the outcome of our democracies. We got Biden, we got Kamala, we got Trudeau, we got Maharishi, you got even Macron, who just said, okay, pension reform, that's it for you. Screw you guys. Oh, man. And now these guys are dictators. Why are dictators? One I understand, but the other one, he followed the same process as everybody else. They have a parliament, they have a media, he goes to the elections, he's got opposition parties, he's got opposition media. What is he lacking? Oh, I know, you know what? He's not following orders. Got it. Got it. On September 15, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said that the two leaders have signed no agreements during their meeting on September 13. So there you have it. He said it, no agreements. Oh, but that official, cancels everything what Peskov says because Peskov is bad, and that official is good. We don't know who that is, but he's good. However, the two leaders met in Russia's eastern Amur Oblast to reportedly negotiate an arms sale agreement. The meeting lasted about 5 hours. On September 27th, U.S. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller told reporters that North Korea was continuing arms negotiations with Russia and intended to strike a deal soon. It is unclear whether the transfer of artillery is part of a new long-term supply chain or a more limited consignment, CBS said, adding that that is also not yet clear what Pyongyang is getting in return for sending the weapons. Well, first you said it's an official saying it. That's the only thing you got, an official saying something. And now you just take it as what they get in return getting the weapons. Did they get them? It's not clear. Did they get the weapons? That official says yes. Why should I trust that official? Why should I trust CBS? Why? They think that if they have CBS and they are, big corporations, companies, they impose respect. They lost that a long time ago. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov plans to visit Pyongyang in October, according to reports that cite a local South Korean news agency. The evidence is that these guys did it. Let me show you right here. A U.S. official. It's like I come and tell you that a U.S. official told me that these guys are preparing a nuclear attack on Moscow. Do I have any, how should I put it, authority? Do I have any, how should I put it, am I responsibility for this claim? Or if I say some official told me. If someone goes and tries to get the CBS, can you tell me who that particular official was that you were citing? They will say, no, that's confidentiality issue here. We can't disclose it. Can I claim the same thing? And if not, why not? Why are some more equal than others? So if they can say that, why can't I say that? And then, is anybody going to sue these guys? Will a judge order them to reveal the source? I mean, remember, these guys, nobody's going to sue CBS for this. Nevertheless, they make the article, they put it over there, they publish it, and they say U.S. official. Let's say someone, a Russian, sues CBS News. Are we going to find about it? Are we going to find out about it? Are we going to find out the outcome? Is going to be disclosed about that? Let's say they say, okay, it was nobody. What's going to happen with CBS? Will they lose the license? Nothing is going to happen. Why? Because they said all kind of garbage in the past, and I didn't see anything happen. They still operate. But if I do that, guess what? They're going to check me in my ass 50,000 times. I might like it, but that's a different story. Just kidding. Don't get ideas. So anyway, it's the evidence is that U.S. official, and they make an article on one official. Now, what if that official claims it's another official, and that's what he thinks, that's what he thought? I mean, this is news right here. It's an article by CBS News, picked by the Kiev Independent, and pushed into me, and I say this, but I'm skeptical about it. First, I don't trust these guys. Do I have any evidence, hard evidence to contradict what I say? No, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that this guy, CBS, is like, I don't know, Al Capone comes and tells you that, hey, you know what, I'm a good person. Or he did something good. Or he says, if you don't believe me, ask someone. But who's that someone? Well, I can't tell you who that someone is, but that someone can confirm for me that I did a good thing. No, it's not going to work that way. But nevertheless, let's put it differently. Let's say North Korea supplies Russia with weapons. So, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. What are you going to do extra that you've been doing so far? I'm talking about Al Capone and the weasels. Nothing. You imposed already too many sanctions on North Korea. You tried to isolate North Korea. So you have no more aces in your sleeve to play. You're done. On the contrary, you fucked up because these guys now are together, and that's bad. Two together versus one and one separate. It's always bad when the 2 versus 1 or 2 versus 40 or versus 1 versus 40. 2 is a little bit more, and then you got 3, 4, 5, and you got what? 120 versus 40. Not good. So, and for the principle of justice, which is reciprocity, and equality across the board, these are the basic principles of being just. If a policy applies to you, it should apply equally to me. So if I am allowed to provide weapons to someone and not be involved, but I'm saying I'm the good guy, I say I'm the good guy, and I say they are the bad guys, then the bad guys, which they consider themselves as being the good guys, as I consider myself, Al Capone, being the good guy, so do the other two. They consider themselves, I don't think North Korea considers itself bad, or Russia, or China, or Iran. So what's going on? Can we objectively look who's good and find out who's good and who's bad? Yes, we can. Of course, but then we're gonna have a problem. Why? Because the ones who declare and assign themselves, ascribe themselves as being good, are not good. They will never do this. They will not gonna do the objective assessment of the situation because they will be bad as well. But somehow they're good. So understand? We got bad saying they're good, and the other ones are bad saying they're good. But I say you're bad, but the other guys say no, you're bad. So who is the arbiter? You and I, we can be the arbiters. And we can take United States of America and see, is it good or is it bad? And we're going to find out it's good and bad. You're going to look at Russia, good and bad. North Korea, good and bad, or just bad, only bad. And so on. It's just, but the problem is some people think, some countries, some leadership, some idiots think that they are the best. They are pure. Therefore, they, like Trudeau or these weasels, They say that we are good, they're bad, therefore they can't do what we're doing just because they're bad. It's two bads, it's even worse. Two goods is perfect. That's how the story goes. Remember, none of these countries is pure. And I like very much our Savior, Jesus Christ, when he shows up and Maria Magdalena, instead of being she's about to be by the guys around. And Jesus Christ says, hey, I'm going to save this piece of say here. So what I'm going to do, whoever has no sins among you should cast the first rock, should throw the first rock. Huh? And supposedly, because the good book says, they all have morality as conscious. Oh my God, I have so many sins. And they all left. And Jesus says, hey, mine, yes. All right. So the same here. Who has no sins should cast the first rock. When the Americans launch a lot of attacks on different countries not having any sins, that means what? Conscious? No. Because still thinks is the good. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What's gonna happen? Prolong the war, and maybe these guys are gonna say, okay, time out, let's talk. And Putin says, okay, you should have done that in December 2021. Now it's a little bit too late. We have to fulfill the 4 requirements. You know, I can't say them. I don't think it's legal anymore to say why Russia actually invaded. Is it? Because we all know they invaded. How is that term? Unprovoked. Unprovoked attack, invasion, full-scale invasion. It's full scale, like they use 30 million people invading and nuclear weapons. That would be a full invasion for you. But anyway, details, my God. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.